So, Duit, agus fáilte, charas, hello and welcome, beautiful witches, souls, me elf flowers. So, after exploring my throat chakra, after exploring the women's history, the institutions, the ways in which women were and are controlled and silenced, I found myself drawn back to sheelanagig. She is one of the most powerful, mysterious and protective female figures in Irish history. So we will touch on the basics. What and who is Sheela? Where is she found? Some of the main theories surrounding her. And as ever, I'm not a historian. I am not an academic. I'm a witch. So there's plenty of amazing historians and academics out there already doing that. So we're going to dive deeper into how Sheela connects to sovereignty, to women reclaiming their body, to why she's still staring back at us so many centuries later, and more. So grab a cup of tea, join me as we journey into the sheelanagig. And I will mention more about this candle from my ritual shop at the end, but I have one lighting here. Oh God, look at it. Look at that off the camera. I have a lovely, powerful yoni light in here for Sheela, and I can just feel the energy of it so far. So beautiful witches, let's get stuck in. I'm really looking forward to doing this one, as I have been working with Sheela a lot lately, and yeah, you can too if you're feeling drawn to. So let's get into it. What I have notes as ever, because otherwise I'll go off on tangents and I'll be here all day. So I'm on the notes. So what and who is my throat chakra fucking up? Sorry. What and who is sheelanagig? No, sorry, nagig. Gay is an Irish word for yoni or pussy. So that's why if you hear me saying that, it's an accident. It's sheelanagig. So sheelanagigs are ancient stone carvings, and they depict women exposing their yonis, their pussies, their portals. They are shrouded in mystery. They do have different theories, but the carvings are powerful. They are positive depictions of the goddess of women's sexuality in medieval art. So we're going to get stuck into where are they found. So they are found in churches across Europe, most of which are in Ireland, and they do date from the 11th to the 14th century, and this was when Christianity was rife. So the Sheelas can be found in England, in Scotland. They are in some museums, but others are in ancient locations, in churches, in town walls, and they are slowly disintegrating because of erosion and the weather and how old they are. I will pop up some pictures here as I'm going through, and you can have a little deep dive if you like into that. So the name is also known or translated into the Hag of the Beasts, or the Hag of the Castle, or the Devil's Stone. So feminist researcher Barbara Walker, good on you, Barbara, she suggests that the Sheela was related to jigs, to dances in Celtic culture. In Celtic culture, pre-Christian times. So the main theories surrounding the Sheelas. Some think that she is also a protector, like a ward. Stories of farmers' garden Sheelas with their lives when priests tried to remove them. The carvings are also a testament to women's involvement in culture and in art throughout the times, especially when women's sexuality, voice were silenced. So some tried to depict Sheela as evil or as a sin, but we can see the power and the sacredness of Sheela's sexuality, as well as a positive and empowering. So I do have a quick note here, and I am going to pop up some pictures here, and I'll leave a link below as well so that you can go and take a little look at this, because it's so empowering. And I remember seeing these when they were around that time in Dublin, but then when I was doing more research for this video, I was really choked up by it. So in 2021, a group called Project Sheela is an Irish feminist group. They reclaimed the Sheelas around this time. So they done this to create solidarity among women. They placed artistic renditions of the Sheelas in areas of Dublin that held significance to women's history. So the Sheelas were placed around the city, created with clay. They were covered in beautiful gold lustre with glazed glitter vulvas. They were powerful and beautiful, and they were in notable locations. One of them was, one of the Sheelas was in the last Magdalen Laundry that closed in 1996. So yeah, they were placed in other places as well. As I said, I'll pop up pictures there. I'll leave the link below if you'd like to have a little deep dive into that. And just hats off to the women of Project Sheela. So we're going to look at how does Sheela connect to sovereignty, women reclaiming their body. So for me, she represents female empowerment in a voice, in power, in sexuality, in taking up a space, in being unapologetic for you, for your power, for your female energy. She helps to voice our truth against the patriarchal systems across the world. She helps us take ownership and control of our voice, our body, our sexuality. She is also a symbol of fertility, of life, and of creation. So before we move on to some questions to ponder, and I would like your thoughts in the comments below, and I will finish off with that Yoni candle there for Sheela. But some ways to honour and some ways to work with Sheela. So these can take on many forms. Female empowerment, creativity and community are big threads that run through working with Sheela. Artistic expression, creating art, using Sheela as an inspiration, using that imagery as inspo for paintings, for sculptures, for crafts, for whichever way you are drawn. Joining in projects, women's rights, female sexuality through art. I will share now, it's a very Irish thing, as I am learning. I already knew, but I'm learning even more from one of the books that I read is to kind of put yourself down before somebody else does. And I was about to say with me bit of art, like, I'm not an artist, I can't draw, but that is putting myself down straight away. And I was moved to create a Sheela. And I would look at it as in folk art, as in that kind of sense, you know, not like so. But here's me Sheela. I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen, and I'm also after ordering some clay because I'm drawn to create a Sheela. She's asking me to create some Sheelas. So I'm after ordering some clay, so by the time this video is out, because I am bulk recording them at the moment, because I did go through the anniversary and I needed to have a little bit of breathing room. By the time this is out, I should have the sculpture created and I can pop a little picture or something in at the end. Okay, so artistic expression, as I said, women's rights, female sensuality through art. There is some rituals that you can do. There's some personal workings, reflection, acknowledging her as a symbol of life, death and rebirth. Community gatherings, feminine wisdom, also tapping into your intuition, also studying our history, her story, sharing her knowledge. The sheelanagig day is on March the 18th, and this honours female sexuality and the divine feminine. In doing these rituals, it does help honour Sheela and get a deeper love and appreciation for feminine power and heritage. So we will ponder some little questions here now before we finish up. So we're moving on to some questions to ponder. As I said, let me know if you agree or if you want to add on in the comments, meal flowers. So the first one I pondered while I was making this temple library entry was, why does the female body make people so uncomfortable? Because let's face it, it does. It scares the shit out of some people, you know. It really does. Like, oh, fuck femininity. It's evil. Sorry, stay on track, Hazel. So for me personally, I feel part of the answer, as we know, because we can't really get full answers, it is always lured. I feel the answer lies in power. Obviously, across so many cultures throughout history, women's bodies have been linked with creation, with sexuality, with birth, with blood, with intuition and transformation. At the same time, many of us have inherited stories that taught us to view our body, especially the female body, with shame, with fear, with suspicion. So maybe the question is not only why the female body scares the shit out of people and makes them uncomfortable, but what we have been taught to believe about it. So the next one I wanted to ask was, why does Sheela still provoke a strong reaction? So for me, I feel it's because she refuses to be easily explained, controlled or ignored. For some, she represents fertility, others protection, sovereignty, sexuality or the sacred feminine. Yeah, even today, many feel discomfort when confronted with a female figure that appears unapologetic in her body and her power. So maybe Sheela's enduring power lies in the questions she asks of us. What have we been taught about women's bodies? What have we been taught to fear, hide or control? And what might happen if we start reclaiming those parts of ourselves once more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you have any beautiful souls, witches, meow flowers. So as we can see, this powerful yoni candle lighting the way. So if you're working and exploring your own journey of feminine empowerment, body sovereignty, or sacred self-connection, I also create these yoni ritual candles, which are available through the temple shop. Thanks for visiting the temple. I'll be back soon. Slán go fáil. Goodbye for now. Sending yous all blessings.